Voici ton chemin, gamins oubliés, donne-le la main pour les mener vers d'autres lendemains. Donne-le la main pour les mener vers d'autres lendemains. Sans au creux de la nuit, l'ordre d'espoir, l'ordre de la vie, sentier de gloire, de la vie, sentier de gloire, sentier de gloire, notre fontaine, trop vite oublié, effacé, une lumière dorée brille sans fin tout au bout du chemin. Vite oublié, effacé, une lumière dorée brille sans fin au cœur de la nuit, l'ordre d'esprit, l'ordre de la vie, sentier de gloire, de la vie, sentier de gloire, sentier de gloire. Vois sur ton chemin, gamins oubliés, égarés, donne-le la main pour les mener vers d'autres lendemains. Donne-le la main pour les mener vers d'autres lendemains. Sans au cœur de la nuit, l'ordre d'espoir, l'ordre de la vie, sentier d'espoir, cœur de la nuit, l'ordre d'esprit, l'ordre de la vie, sentier d'espoir.
Candlestick? What's this for?
A wrench,
A lead pipe.
A dagger?
Revolver.
It's a rope.
Ah, the cook's not here.
There's a dagger in your back.
I didn't do it.
The army's got you now. I'll try ready to forget somehow.
Rose is right here.
This is Rose.
Beautiful song to me.
I really feel that girl. I mean, I really feel
Hi, I'm Gracie Paletti. I'm the drama teacher at Carmel High School, and I also direct all of the after-school productions. These first awards were chosen by the drama students themselves. First up is Most Improved. What his peers had to say about him was, he has natural charisma and a positive attitude. He has grown greatly as an actor, performer, and singer this year. The Most Improved goes to Michael Lakend.
I don't ask for much from my children. Just a little respect is all, just respect. But do I get respect? I do not get respect. I get no respect.
I respect you, Paul.
I don't want your respect. You're a child. What good is respect from a child? Doris, take me upstairs. I'm not a well man. Certain words I don't want to hear in this house. Puberty is the first, and Mussolini is the second. and respect is the third.
This next award is most inspirational. What her peers had to say about her. She always shows up to class with a positive outlook and a smile, a joyful and bright presence. Professional, driven, optimistic. I really look up to her. She offers help and support to people who are struggling. She's a rock in any show that she's in, and she's always a level head. She's the ideal cast member. She holds herself to a high standard and leads by example every step of the way. The most inspirational this year, Yvonne DiGirolamo.
I know the house is a bit hectic this morning, but Kim has gone to a lot of trouble to make a special breakfast for Mr. Birdie, and I want to make sure everything is ready and waiting for him when he comes down. After all, he is a national figure, and I want to show those New York people we know how to treat a national figure here in Seattle. Well, of course, it really doesn't matter that much to me personally, but for Kim's sake, there we are, all done. Oh, did you enjoy it, dear? Good. Now, if you'll just hurry along.
Our next award goes to the outstanding crew member. Her peers described her as hardworking, kind, helpful, organized, professional, focused, determined, consistently respectful of actors, while also being able to wrangle them, an exemplary model of excellence in technical theater. She is a friend to everyone in the cast. I can always count on her to know what's going on. A calming and reassuring presence. She somehow figured out to keep a crew full of freshmen and people that have never done crew before, plus Joey Holt, together and running as a coherent team. This year's outstanding crew member, Tessa Toomey. Our final award is the Director's Award, which I choose myself. I couldn't have said it any better than her classmates, so I'm going to quote from them. This person is by far one of the main reasons anything gets done in this department. She excels at bringing a level of order into rehearsals and production, but also knows how to relax and make everyone still feel comfortable. She always has a lot on her plate, yet manages to deliver consistently and admirably. She is a responsible and reliable crew member that would actually listen to what actors had to say. She puts her all into every show and function. She does her job and takes pride and joy from it. I will always be extremely thankful for all the work that she helped me do. She stood by me and helped me keep productions together. I could not have done it without her. This year's Director's Award goes to Tessa Toomey. Next up, for outstanding performance in a show, Jacob Buzza as Mr. Green in Clue and George Bailey in It's a Wonderful Life.
Well, where's that money, you silly old fool? Do you know what this means? It means bankruptcy, it means scandal, it means prison, and if one of us is going to jail, it's not gonna be me. Now get out of my way, I'm going home.
All right, who done it?
Stay on there. But if you want to know who killed Mr. Body, I did. In the hall with the revolver.
Maria Botha as Rose in Bye Bye Birdie.
Is he tender? No, he's not. Is he thoughtful? No, he's not. Am I crazy? What's he got that I found so damn appealing? What did he ever do for me? Well, to be honest, he was sometimes nice, but still it wasn't worth that awful price. It was rough from the start. Broken days, broken nails, broken heart. How did I ever? Why did I ever? Why did I ever? Don't be so upset, Miss Alvarez.
And freshman Aiden Reed as the butler in Clue.
So in summation,
Thank God.
it was Mrs. Peacock in the kitchen with the dagger, Colonel Mustard in the lounge with the wrench, Miss Scarlet in the library with the candlestick, Mr. Plum in the hall with the revolver, Mrs. White in the ballroom with the rope, and Mr. Green in the billiard room with the lead pipe.
Wait a minute. There's still one thing I don't understand.
One thing?
Now two!
Freeze! Nobody move!
A special congratulations to all of our graduating drama seniors. Normally they're presented with a plaque at this point, but all the plaque places are closed, so I'll be getting them out when I can. Darian Welsh-Schroed did 4 shows with us over his 4-year tenure at Carmel High. Amaya Gomez, who worked primarily with painting and set design, did 5 shows. Joey Holt was on crew 5 times for 5 different shows. You'll all remember Brian Porter in the 7 shows that he did. Jacob Buzza in the 7 shows that he did. Tristan Bowen was on stage and backstage for a total of 8 shows. Hannah Richmond, 9 shows. Mia Poletti, 9 shows. Jeremiah Lampf, 11 shows. Our president of the drama club this year, Libby Lambert, with a whopping 12 shows. Cameron DeBellis, 14 shows. And Yvonne DiGirolamo, 14 shows. Congratulations, drama people. Okay, you can just cut that part. Congratulations to all of you. You're all fantastic. So just cut out my idiocy, okay?
Good evening. Mr. Handley here, in desperate need of a haircut and coming live from the theater. I thought this would be an appropriate place to present the Instrumental Music Awards for 2020, because we all love spending time in this building so much. It's been a while since some of you got a chance to see it. It might provide us with some sense of normalcy, but I gotta tell you, looking out at all the empty seats right now, it'd be much better if we were all in here together, and I really look forward to our return to this theater. I'm going to begin with orchestra. The orchestra had a fantastic year underfoot this year and came out swinging in the fall, able to put together the Haydn Symphony 52 for the fall concert, which was a truly remarkable accomplishment. We then went into the winter concert and honor orchestra season, and then January found us combining with percussion and our vocalists to present O Fortuna from Carmina Burana for the VAPA show, something I've been excited about doing for a long time. The last experience orchestra and I shared together was at the festival at Monterey Peninsula College for the CMEA Large Group Festival, and they played brilliantly. We did the Haydn, they played some Holst, and though the power went out at the end of that day, it was on the Wednesday just before school closure, the day before. We never received our score sheets, we never received our recordings, but the comments we got from Dr. Anderson on stage, the quality of performance that the students put on that day will forever stay etched in my memory. Congratulations, you guys. And for orchestra, we're going to begin with Most Improved. There are two Most Improved members of the orchestra this year, one selected by the students and the other selected by me. I couldn't have agreed more with the student selection. Some things that were said about this person are, she's incredibly talented, and on the days when it would be just me and her playing, I could really tell how much better she was. Also, during sectional time, she, in my opinion, had just played the best, and it really showed me how much she has improved. That from her section mate, Sarah Prock. I think they made a tremendous choice, and that choice is Chloe Gladstone from the bass section. Congratulations, Chloe, and thank you. The next award for Most Improved is a selection of mine, and this student sometimes flies under the radar because she's rather quiet. But nonetheless, she has shown tremendous growth and actually a whole lot of leadership this year. Her involvement in musical organizations ranges from Youth Music Monterey to CODA to the CCS Honor Orchestra. She is continually improving and playing at a high level. And as I mentioned, though she's not the loudest person in the room, she leads by example and she leads with her bow. She has led the second violin section for the past 2 years and done a brilliant job. The second Most Improved award goes to Hannah Shin. Congratulations, Hannah. The next category of awards is Outstanding Achievement, and our first recipient is Sophia Linevers. Sophia is a senior member of the cello section, and she's done a brilliant job playing all 4 years with great consistency and passion for her music making and constant improvement. She's always throwing herself into a variety of musical situations. In fact, she's been so active across the visual and performing arts program, she probably deserves some kind of Renaissance Woman award. Sophia has danced, Sophia has sung, Sophia has found her way on stage. Sophia's been a part of the CCS Honor Orchestras, and Sophia also found her way down in the pit orchestras, performed on the band show, is our Music Student Council secretary this year, and just goes about everything with grace and positivity that lights up the room and makes the experience better for everyone else. Thank you so much, Sophia. Congratulations. The next Outstanding Achievement Award goes to someone who's leaving us a little early this year. Serenai Dinser is a junior who is graduating early, and I would be much remiss not to acknowledge all Serenai has contributed throughout her time here at Carmel High School. She is incredibly reliable. She's an outstanding violinist, violist, and piano player, and is active outside of school in each of those capacities. Here at school, she's been a solid member of the orchestra and has represented us in CCS Honor Orchestra and in CODA. She also plays with Youth Music Monterey and is active with the chamber music program there, joined pit orchestra this year. She achieved the great pinnacle of making concert master of the viola section, principal of the viola section in the CCS Honor Orchestra this year, and is always incredibly reliable and conscientious in all she does, and a wonderful musician. Sarah and I, we're going to miss you very much. Congratulations. Moving on now to the Director's Award for Orchestra. This award goes to someone who has demonstrated so much kindness and compassion to others during their time here at Carmel High School, and I would have to include myself on that list, especially this year. This young lady came in and checked in with me at the beginning of every class period to see if there was anything I needed, anything that needed to be done. And if there is something that ever needed to be done, the answer from Annabelle Chen is always yes. And whenever she undertakes something, she does a fantastic job with it because she cares, she's bright and intelligent and creative. She's been our orchestra president this year. She has a very bright future ahead of her. I thank her for all of her contributions. And in addition to all the help she's given, she's a tremendous musician as a violinist and a pianist, and has represented us also in CCS and Coda Honor Orchestra as a longtime member of the Pit Orchestra, and it's just been an incredibly valuable asset to this whole program. And I just want to thank her for all her work over the years. Director's Award, Annabelle Chen. Thank you, Annabelle. We now move on to the award for Most Inspirational Orchestra Member. This award is voted on by the students, so I'll let the students speak for this candidate. Kento is really dedicated to the violin. Whenever you need him for an extra performance or rehearsal, he'll always be there, like at Sunset Center and every Friday at Chamber Music. We even met up at Jordy's house after school. That wouldn't be possible if everyone was not as dedicated as he is. He has also shown great technical ability. I've noticed in chamber music, we play a lot of hard stuff, especially Shostakovich. I can tell he practiced for hours. He's a great leader and concertmaster for the orchestra, handling every solo really well. Also, he's just a great friend to the orchestra overall, inspiring in every way. And that comes from his classmate and fellow musician, Robbie Valdez. Congratulations, Kento. Thanks for being such a great source of inspiration. The students made a fantastic choice. And the final award for orchestra is the award for Outstanding Musician. This award goes to someone who I think would probably get a fairly unanimous vote across the room if students were allowed to vote for this one as well. This person plays at an extremely high level, is a very, very calming and steady presence in the orchestra, plays with beautiful tone, and has been absolutely the most active member of this music program this year. She participates, of course, in orchestra, in Youth Music Monterey's Honors Orchestra, the Chamber Music Program, Chamber Music Club here at Carmel High School, Pit Orchestra, CCS, and Coda. So everything that there is on the list to participate, Robbie has done so, and done so at an extremely high level. So this award must go to the outstanding cello player, Robbie Valdez. Thank you, Robbie. That wraps it up for orchestra awards. Back with more later.
tired, like it's move or slowly die. Say you ain't you and you like this. This ain't you and you know it. Ain't that just the point?
I've looked at life from both sides now, from win and lose, and still somehow it is life's illusions I recall. I really don't know life at all.
Is this on? Oh. Hi, I'm your host Hannah Lyon, and welcome to your 2020 Dance VAPA Awards. Before we begin, let's take a look at some of our red carpet nominees. Beautiful ladies. For each category, we will have 2 awards for both Dance 4 and for Dance 3. For Outstanding Performance in Dance 4, we have Ashlyn Rossi. Thank you so much for giving it your all in every single performance, on stage and in the classroom. Our award for Dance 3 is Evan Vitello. She has amazing energy and focus. Good job, Evan. Our next category is Breakout Choreography. For Dance 4, this award goes to Maddie Gosset and her piece, The Battle. This past fall, Maddie's dance wowed the audience with her acro and drama skills. For Dance 3, we have Figment of Imagination by Catherine Bonaguini. This creative and innovative piece was indeed very captivating. Dance 3 would also like to recognize Isabel Ramos' piece, Clumsy, a whimsical dance about friendship. Our next category is Overall Choreography. For Dance 4, this one goes to Julia Kurtz and her dance, I've Seen Clouds. Julia had wonderful use of collaboration with both musicians and live singing, and showcased all her dancers' best abilities. For the Choreography Award for Dance 3, we had Best of Worst Sides by Kristen Anderson. Kristen's dance, that was also about friendship, incorporated video as well as live music in this year's past VAPA show. For Most Improved in Dance 4, we have Sienna Anderson. Dance 4 would like to congratulate Sienna in her performances these past 4 years. Most Improved for Dance 3, we have McKenna Tarsitano. Congratulations. We are so proud of you. For Most Inspirational in Dance 4, we have Madison Hart. Madison provides great energy and enthusiasm that will brighten anyone's day. And our last award is also Most Inspirational for Dance 3, and it goes to Kristen Anderson. Kristen is an amazing listener and leader, and I can guarantee that both the girls and Guy from Dance 3 and 4 are going to miss you terribly. Well, those are your 2020 Dance VAPA Awards. Congratulations to not only those who won, but every dancer in the dance department. We are so proud of you. And for our seniors who are graduating and didn't get to do their last show, we wish you farewell and we hope you continue to dance. That's all, Padres. Stay safe.
My Director's Choice Award for Dance 3 this year goes to Miss Kristen Anderson. I've been so lucky to have Kristen in my class for the past 4 years. I've seen her grow as a dancer, choreographer, and as a mentor to the younger dancers. We'll miss you, Kristen, and please keep in touch. Miss T.
Hello, I'm back. This year, concert band started off the year, as we always do, in pep band. And we had some obstacles to overcome with instrumentation. We worked those out because some people were willing to make some switches and move around and reinforce other parts, and ended up having a triumphant pep band season. And that just set us up for concert season. I mean, heck, we made it snow inside the theater for the winter concert with Sleigh Ride. And then for the VAPA show, tackling a piece like Ghost Fleet was a great accomplishment, and it really set us up for the work that was happening later, which nobody got to hear except those of us in the room. And guys, I'm so proud of the work you were doing. The Witch and the Saint, the beautiful sublime playing you were doing with the box, starting to transform that into something transcendent, was really exciting and gratifying. Please remember those stories I tell, that sometimes our greatest musical moments do not happen in front of an audience. They happen in the rehearsal room. So thank you guys for those. In the category of most improvement, I'll once again start with the student selection for this award, and once again defer to one of the student's classmates for comments about his selection. This one comes from Henry Connolly, as he talks about the class's selection by a landslide for the most improved member of the concert band. This year, Charlie Fallon left his French horn and began a brand new journey on the trombone. Starting from nearly zero experience and just playing trombone for the football punts in pep band, Charlie's trombone playing grew and strengthened as he played in concert band. Over the year, his playing ability got better and better until he used his talent in pit orchestra just before quarantine. During my freshman and sophomore year, I felt that this award just went to the person that was the best in the band because everyone saw their ability and assumed they were most improved. While Charlie may not have been the best in band this year, there's no doubt in my mind that Charlie should receive this award because he clearly showed the most determination, growth, and improvement out of any of us. Congratulations, Charlie. Thank you for those great comments, Henry. The second most improved award goes to someone who is kind of a quiet individual, similar to my orchestra award. But I've noticed this individual working very, very hard and really, really ramping up their musical activity this year, and that's been coupled with a marked increase in ability. So this young man in his sophomore year has now become very active with Youth Music Monterey. He has come out for jazz ensemble in his sophomore year. He made it into the CCS honor orchestra honor band this year, excuse me, and then even helped us to fill a need with a late invitation for pit orchestra and was doing a fine job there. So this award really needs to go to sophomore trumpet player Jake Garneau. Thank you, Jake. Great job and congratulations. We have some outstanding achievement awards for concert band as well. The first of those goes to a young lady who has shown tremendous dedication and growth this year and really, really stepped up her game. Not that she was slacking off her freshman and sophomore years at all, but Quinn Nockbar has done a tremendous job in the band and jazz ensemble and pit orchestra this year, stretching herself in many new directions. She was one of our librarians for the concert band and represented us on Music Student Council. And as a really active student athlete, Quinn did a great job of balancing her time between sports and music, and is a tremendous example to others on how to do that successfully and stay on top of your academics. I couldn't be more proud of Quinn, and I'm extremely grateful. Congratulations, Quinn. Another outstanding achievement award goes to someone who's kind of a jack of all trades around here. This young man has chosen to spend 3 periods a day taking music classes, and that's just an example of the level of dedication he has and passion for music. The individual I'm talking about is Henry Hatton, and Henry is a member of the jazz workshop class where he, as a bassist, has actually spent more time playing drums this year to facilitate the work we do in that class, and has really improved as a drummer. Henry is also a member of the concert band, playing both bass during pep band season and bass clarinet during concert season. He's a member of the jazz ensemble. Henry also joined pit orchestra this year and was very active during the band show, helping out with a variety of things, and even sat in on a Bubba Pickens gig for us a little earlier in the year. Henry's also taking digital music, and his project were used in the VAPA show. He was one of the finalists in our digital music remix contest. So Henry's had a really tremendous year in music and shown all kinds of growth, tremendous dedication. Congratulations, Henry. Thank you. The Director's Award for Concert Band goes to someone who I'm going to have a hard time being without in the future. This young man does so much for this program behind the scenes, quietly, that I think a lot don't know. I think several do and have taken note through the years of all the contributions that Jack Connolly makes, but I'd like to talk about them right now. I mean, in a way, there's times I feel like Jack Connolly is assistant band director. He comes in, he checks on various things and is always wanting to see how he can help out. Yeah, his title was librarian for the concert band and serving on Music Student Council, but he stretched way beyond that job title and was really, really a cornerstone of the program this year in so many ways. I'm extremely grateful to Jack for all of his dedication and all of his time, but we have to talk about his musicianship. Jack is an accomplished multi-instrumentalist, playing clarinet, bass clarinet, saxophones, primarily bari sax, but whatever needs to be covered when. You should have seen his setup down here in the pit orchestra whenever we would be doing a musical, just surrounded by massive instruments, and then his clarinet rotating just, more times than anybody else in the whole show and handling it like a pro. And that just kind of speaks to his character. He's an incredibly compassionate and kind and intelligent young man. And I know he's got a really, really bright future ahead of him. He's been involved in everything: concert band, jazz ensemble, pit orchestra, CCS. He's been a participant and camp counselor at Cazadera Music Camp. Jack, I can't say enough great things about you. Thank you so much. I'm going to miss you tremendously. The most inspirational member of the concert band vote led to a tie this year, so we actually have two recipients, and I'll read you a quote about both from one of their fellow classmates. For the first, it says, "As long as I can remember, I've looked up to Ryan, and this year, in his role as MSC president, he's been nothing short of noteworthy and flat out inspiring in his level-headedness, his calming presence, and his amazing musicianship. He's nothing short of inspiring from his remarks in a conversation and solos in jazz to his simple nods of greeting in the hallways." Ryan Knight, congratulations. You are very inspiring. Our second recipient of the Most Inspirational Award, this is appropriate. These two are friends, they're stand partners, and they've been a source of energy and inspiration for musicians in this program now collectively for quite some time. So Wyatt Wadsworth, this one's for you. He is inspiring because he's very helpful and nice to people who are new. He is amazing at music, and hearing him play makes me want to play better. Wyatt is a tremendous and multi-talented musician. He's contributed not only with his trumpet playing here, he's completely blossomed as a vocalist in this last year and a half, and is headed off to the Berklee College of Music. He does brilliant work in the digital music class. He's a great artist and a wonderful human being. I couldn't agree more. Nice choice, guys. Beautiful, beautiful job with your selections for Most Inspirational this year. Congratulations, guys. And that leads us to the Outstanding Musician Award for Concert Band. And I feel like this would be a unanimous choice as well. As I mentioned in the orchestra remarks about Robbie Valdez, this individual is the logical recipient of this award for the sheer level of musical activity and involvement, but that is coupled with a very, very high standard of performance. So our outstanding musician this year for concert band is Mr. Ryan Knight. So you already heard that the students find him inspirational. I do as well. But let me tell you a little bit about Ryan's musical activities. Ryan has really exploded with his level of musical activity in the last few years. In addition to concert band, pep band, jazz ensemble, jazz workshop, and playing in full orchestra pieces and pit orchestra here at Carmel High School. Oh, and very involved in the band show. Outside of school, he has represented us in the CCS Honor Band. He's been a 2-year member of the Monterey Jazz Festival All-Star Band. And he also has played in Youth Music Monterey, in the Honors Orchestra, and is a member of their brass ensemble as well. And he just does it all with grace and humility and a professionalism that belies his years. I'm going to really miss Ryan, his quiet leadership presence, and his outstanding trumpet playing. But more than anything, I would just miss him as a person. So Ryan, congratulations to you. Thank you so much for everything. Best of luck. And that's it for band awards. Back later with jazz.
I just want this getting in the wrong hands. Is this yours?
Why can't I talk?
Yeah, I'll take that as a yes.
We tend to forget that this is all new for teachers, too. Because of this, I asked a couple of teachers how they were transitioning to this new, uncertain time.
You know, I especially feel bad for my brother Grover. Never really knew his father. Pops passed away 18 years ago, peacefully in a Zamboni accident. It's Game 4 of the Stanley Cup Finals, Sharks up 3 games.
How could a Zamboni accident be peaceful?
Guy doing what he loved, okay?
Carmel is long famous for its quaint town, nice beaches, and beautiful scenery. But what is often overlooked is the quality of education available in the school district. On October 29th, 2019, the Carmel High School video class took a trip to every school in the district. In this film, we will uncover the themes that connect this expansive school district together.
You aren't doing that! Stop!
Here students are passionate about the things that they're passionate about. I think the teachers are passionate, and I think that comes through. The second you step onto campus, you feel that. Certainly as somebody who's new to this part of the world, I've not for a second felt out of place or felt like I wasn't welcomed. I became a Padre pretty quickly.
Football team hosts a playoff. Bad new dance moves.
Do we have some birthdays?
Spotlight in the second installment of Teachers Google. Wow. Dance department is presenting Step Into the Light tonight at 7 p.m.
And if you're not watching that game, then you better go watch the football.
For quite a while now, and it's the way that media portrays video games.
I walk into Starbucks and order a pumpkin spice latte.
What's the name of the killer in Halloween?
Let's see what our fellow Padres know about the virus.
Congrats to the robotics team for making it to the crew. What do you think, Samuel? Is it time for our first buttery segment from Will?
We go try and find out what that means and see if we can get some advice.
Hello. For Jazz Awards, I thought we'd move somewhere a little bit more colorful. Oh, sorry, Gracie. I forgot. No touching props. Before we continue with Jazz Awards, I just want to thank the Jazz Ensemble members for their time and their dedication of coming out on Monday evenings and the occasional Thursday to get rehearsals underway. We didn't get a full season of jazz in. Heck, we didn't get a full season of anything in this year, but Jazz Ensemble folks had 2 performances to reflect on this year. Our debut at the VAPA show, where they did a fantastic job with Killer Joe, also had a great jazz cafe event in February. The band was really starting to gain momentum. I know we were going to have a great spring, a tremendous district band festival, heritage special festival, and spring jazz concert. So thank you guys all for your time, your dedication. I hope you had as much fun on those evenings as I did. On to the awards. There are actually 4 Most Improved Awards for Jazz Ensemble this year. Once again, the students recognized the efforts of Charlie Fallon and his conversion to trombone, and understanding that that was really admirable for Charlie to do and to take on a new instrument and go on this journey. But really the prime motivating reason for that was because the ensemble needed it. So Charlie went on that journey to help everyone else have a complete musical experience this year. And that was not lost on his fellow ensemble members. So thank you so much, Charlie, and congratulations. The next Most Improved Jazz Ensemble member goes to his section mate, and that would be Kieran Dast. And Kieran really had to step up his level of play this year. Kieran really helped carry the pep band this year, and that carried over to jazz ensemble, where his range and playing demands placed upon him increased tremendously from the part he was playing last year to this year, and he handled that very gracefully. And not only that, really stepped up and played a great solo at the Jazz Cafe concert back in February. So Kieran, thank you for all of your contributions, for making it happen for other people. Congratulations on your growth and improvement, and thank you so much. Our next Most Improved Award goes to Lelia Kraut. Lelia is a member of the saxophone section. She's a clarinet player in concert band, so she's one of our doublers. And Lelia came into jazz ensemble this year for her second year and was probably surprised by the fact that I asked her to switch over and start playing first alto and to help lead the section this year. Saw some potential there last year, and it's been really, really fun to watch Lelia grow into that role this year. She's very conscientious. She's improved tremendously in her technique and her sound and her sense of style and presence and confidence on the instrument, and I look forward to seeing what the future holds for her. Congratulations, Lelia. Keep it up. Our final Most Improved Award in Jazz Ensemble goes to one of our talented freshmen. We have many this year, and you're going to be hearing about them all a lot more in the future. But tonight, we're going to acknowledge the efforts of Noah Mayer in Jazz Ensemble on drums. Noah has been a tremendous asset to the group this year with his positive attitude and energy, his willingness to learn, to be mentored by Elon Hornick, our junior drummer, and also by the Jazz Festival clinicians when they come in. You see the evidence of work after something is discussed in rehearsal, and it comes back in better. So Noah Mayer, congratulations. The future is very, very bright for you, young man, as well. We look forward to seeing where you end up in a few years. Congratulations. Now moving on to Outstanding Achievement Awards in Jazz Ensemble. The first goes to Zach Turner. Zach Turner is one of our 2 guitar players in the ensemble, and Zach has had a tremendous year, both in jazz workshop and small group playing and other activities, the band show, pit orchestra. But this is really acknowledging his jazz playing and especially his improvisation abilities and how much his brilliant solos really contribute to the overall experience of everyone in the band, and the enjoyment of our audiences, which is also what it's all about. So congratulations, Zach. Way to go. Thank you. The second Outstanding Achievement Award in Jazz Ensemble goes to an individual who's just really kind of a spark plug for the group. Always has been. Kind of goes along with the instrument, but this person plays that instrument with great flair, and Elon. So I am, of course, talking about Elon Hornick. And even though Elon chose not to audition for the Monterey Jazz Festival All-Star Band again this year after his participation last year, he's still an all-star in our eyes, and he helps make the experience in jazz ensemble better for everyone with the spark, energy, musicianship he brings, his enthusiasm, his playing ability. It's so fun to sit. He doesn't get to see this, but I get to see the kids' faces when he's tearing it up back there, and they're all looking towards me, and they're kind of looking over their shoulder or looking at each other when he does something to really light up the room. So thank you, Elon. Congratulations. We're all very grateful. The Director's Award this year goes to someone who I've thoroughly enjoyed working with across the past 4 years and who has also undergone tremendous growth as a musician, especially in the last 2 years. The trajectory this young man has been on as a technical player, but not only that, as an improviser and as a student of music. It's just been really impressive. And I want to acknowledge right now with my Director's Award for Jazz Ensemble, Alex Faxon. Alex has turned into kind of my co-teacher for the jazz workshop class. Whenever I am not there or absent, Alex takes over and either constructs a lesson or provides a listening experience for the other students in the class. It's really fun to get notes back from substitutes on the days that I've been gone, and Alex has taken over. So I want to thank Alex for that. He cares tremendously about music and everyone in the music program. He is nothing but positive and kind all the time and encouraging, and is always willing to help in whether it's playing percussion for the choir, bass for a special side project, doing a little bit of extra work, borrowing, moving some equipment. Alex is always there, and I am going to miss Alex dearly. Alex, thank you so much for all your contributions, and congratulations. And the final awards for Jazz Ensemble both go to the same person. The student selected as most inspirational, the same person I had pre-selected as the outstanding musician in the group. So we'll just sort of wrap both those awards all into one, and they go to a very, very worthy recipient. Our outstanding musician in Jazz Ensemble and most inspirational member of the Jazz Ensemble this year is Jordy Faxon. And I will first turn to the student's wisdom to speak about Jordy and all he brings to the table. Jordy's influence on my musical taste has not only manifested itself in my playing, but also through my ability to appreciate academic and creative thinking in all aspects of art. Another one of his ensemble members said, "He is Carmel High's certified jazz god. He brings a ton of energy and enthusiasm to even the most minor of rehearsals while also being a great leader." Another said, "I've always known Jordy as a great jazz player and seen him as an inspiration. I'm always satisfied when he takes a ride on a chart." And someone else said, "He's just a really good guy who's always playing and always wanting to do more." You guys said it fantastically. Jordy has been a source of inspiration for many during his time here. I've had some very accomplished players. I don't think I've ever had a student in all my years here who was such a jazz theory buff, historian, and student of the music and curator of the art form. And it's really inspiring to see that take place, and it's inspiring to see all that. It's as inspiring to see all that as it is to hear this young man play. I want to thank Jordy. I want to congratulate him and honor him for the person and musician he is as the outstanding musician and most inspirational member of Jazz Ensemble this year. Way to go, Jordy. Gonna miss you. And that wraps it up for Instrumental Music Awards. Thanks for watching.
An 11th grader graduating early, Sarah and I Dinser. Good luck to you, Sarah and I. Alex Faxon, Jordy Faxon, Celine Franklin, Amaya Gomez, Vinny Jacobs, Ryan Knight, Sophia Linivers, Dylan Patel, Kayla Pereira, Sarah Prock, Denali Ueda Cordingly, and Wyatt Wadsworth. Thank you all so much. I'll miss you a lot.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is not John Krasinski, and this is not SGN. This is SGS, Some Good Singing, with your host, Tom Lemkiel. Let me start by saying that you concert choir guys, have given me a lot of joy and taught me tons this past year. Starting the day with singing at 7:45 a.m. could be a pretty traumatic experience. I mean, let's face it. But you guys made it a life-giving, energizing experience with your enthusiasm, open-mindedness, and goodness. You know, sometimes it's hard to remember life pre-coronation. So let's take a really quick trip down memory lane and look at the pieces we sang this year. And now, let the awards begin. Concert Choir made a great choice for Most Improved this year. Can you believe this guy went from quiet wallflower to delivering that rousing solo in Akeko Afanu Jesu, or however you say that song title? Jordan, you killed it, man, and we were so glad to have been the ones to watch your incredible musical and vocal growth over the years. Congratulations, Jordan Crawford, Most Improved. Next up, it's Most Inspirational, and you guessed it, Harrison Herondine Hill. Man, that's a lot of H's. Truth be told, Harrison could have received any of these awards tonight, but I think it's particularly meaningful that his peers recognized what an inspiration he has been to all of us over the past 4 years. Actually, 7 years for me. Whew. Thank you for showing up every day with that beautiful tenor voice and killer musical ear. Congratulations, Harrison. I remember sitting listening to Jeremiah singing his glass-shattering high notes during the band show and thinking to myself, I couldn't manage to sing like that if I wanted to. That boy has mad skills. Bow down to the Jeremiah. All hail Jeremiah. No, but seriously, can you come back next year, bro? What would I do without Elsa? I mean, really, she kept the ship from sinking. If I didn't show up to class, minor inconvenience. If Elsa doesn't show up, we are in big trouble. Thank you, Elsa. Your enthusiasm and help every day have made a big difference this year. Director's Award, Elsa Mayer. While Elsa keeps me honest in terms of all logistics surrounding our singing, it's Sophia Lenevers who... Dude, you just mispronounced her name. Who kept me honest musically. Excuse me, what measure was that? Subtext, can you use measure numbers, Baldy? Can we please fix the wrong note in measure 74 for the sopranos? The one you didn't hear, Baldy? And what about those Sophia pep talks when she asks us all to dig deep and express the emotion of what we are singing? Yeah, we all felt that. Thanks, Sophia, for being a star. Director's Award, Sophia Lenevers. Bro, you just did it again. 1 year? Really? That's all I get, 1 year. Where did this guy come from? This guy's got it all, and he gave it all, and he did it all the way to All-State Honor Choir. Congratulations, Wyatt. You're a star, man. Well, I'm back after a little TLC from the wardrobe department. How about that quick change? On to chamber singers. Well, ladies, we had big plans. We had big plans for the end of this year, but then life had a different idea. What to do? We had a great 7.5 months of singing together, and I'm grateful for them. Really grateful. Thanks, guys, for sharing your voices and your goodness every day during period 2. You have no doubt enriched my life. Okay, enough of that sappy stuff. On to recognizing some outstanding individual achievement. Voting by the Chamber Singers ladies produced an exact tie between Maria and Ruby for Most Improved, and I think they nailed it. These two have grown by leaps and bounds vocally and musically and are well positioned to be big players in next year's group. Congrats, Maria and Ruby. I have no idea what that terrible accent is that I'm using, but it's time to drop it for a second and say, yeah, of course, this was the perfect choice. Well done, ladies. Muna won their votes for Most Inspirational and just seems well again perfect to me. Muna inspired us all with her wit, her charisma, her charm, her beautiful singing when she was here, and she'll continue to do so now that she's gone. Muna cared for us all. Let's make sure we continue her legacy and be the caregivers to one another as she would have wanted. Muna Muhammad, Most Inspirational. Did you miss me? I'm back. When I was putting my award choices together, one thing was clear from the get-go. I needed to honor Cassidy, and not just for her ear-shattering burps. Yes, those were impressive, But beyond those sonic booms, Cassidy has persevered and shown up day after day, working hard, singing beautiful, self-effacing, and anyone who knows Cassidy knows she has a heart that is big, big, big. She's going to be missed in so many ways. Well, maybe not for those burps. Man, congrats, Cassidy. Don't you hate when a teacher describes a student as a ray of sunshine? Yeah, well, Mia is my ray of sunshine, and I don't mind saying it. Ray of sunshine, ray of sunshine, ray of sunshine. This kid is generosity and light incarnate. Oh yeah, and she sings really well and gets things done. Congrats, Mia Paletti, Director's Award. I am so grateful to Gracie Dean for deferring her admission to Brown for the next 5 years so she can keep singing with chamber singers. She will be taking over the now vacant superintendent position so she doesn't get bored with high school, Gracie needs a little bit of a challenge. But hey, it's a small price to pay to have this amazingly talented, insanely curious, and hardest ever working lady around. Please don't go, Gracie. Let's keep it real, okay? When chamber singers rehearses, there is generally only one professional in the room, and it isn't me. Yvonne DiGirolamo is so on task, so dramatically committed, so dedicated to the process of getting better that she makes us all look like amateurs. Congratulations, Yvonne. You are our outstanding vocalist. More good news from the land of college admissions. Pascal Montgomery has successfully deferred her UC Davis admission for 6 years, so I won't waste any words about her incomparable musicianship, her silky smooth sound, and finely crafted songs. My mouth is not working. Why bother? Pascal isn't going anywhere. No more of that good-natured, soft-spoken genius in CUSD choirs? We will miss you dearly, Pascal. Please don't go. Well, folks, that wraps up my segment. This is the Lemon, the Lemkill, signing off. But before I do, let me tell you what the best part of this coronation is. Hey, seniors who sing. Lemkill here in room 35. This room and I are going to miss you guys a whole lot. You guys are such a unique blend of cool personalities, beautiful vocal colors, and you all enriched my life and the program here greatly during your time in the program. So in no particular order, our 23 seniors, crazy that so many of you are leaving, Felicia Lodman, Sophia Linevers, Jackie Morales, Erica Pellet, Wyatt Wadsworth, Cameron DeBellis, Ante Golecha, Hannah Richmond, Yvonne DiGirolamo, Sakina Munziger, Mia Paletti, Asher Rose, Ariel Castagna, Jordan Crawford, Gracie Dean, Cassidy Fasulo, Jackie Grijalva, Harrison Herondine Hill, Jeremiah Lampf, Lime Lewis, Muna Muhammad, Pascal Montgomery, and Isabella Ramos. We're going to miss you so much. Thanks.